Welcome to Bangla City SATV News. This is Nuakhali with the headlines. UN General Assembly discussion will help to continue international pressure for Rohingya repatriation, said Prime Minister. A Nuakhali court sentenced two accused to life-term imprisonment over the case of raping a woman in Begumganj. A Dhaka court fixed October 12 to deliver the verdict over the graft case against former State Minister for Home Affairs Lutfuzzamon Babur. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said international pressure on Myanmar would continue for a permanent solution to the protracted Rohingya crisis. The issue was widely discussed in the 76th United Nations General Assembly UNGA session. The Premier also said this in a written statement while briefing newsmen about the outcome of Bangladesh participation in the 76th UNGA session. She also hoped that participation of the Bangladesh delegation in the session would strengthen Dhaka's position in the multilateral forum and expand the scope of getting international cooperation to the issues involving Bangladesh interest. Sheikh Hasina said the main focus of this UNGA session was sustainable transition from the pandemic, pinning point the expectation in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. A Nuakhali court today sentenced two accused to the term imprisonment in a case filed for raping a woman in Begumganj Upazila. Each of the accused was also fined 50,000 taka in default, of which they will have to serve 3 more months in jail. The convicts sentenced to the imprisonment are Delwar Hussain alias Delu and his close associate Muhammad Ali alias Abul Kalam. They are the resident of the Eklashpur Union Parishad in Begumganj. The verdict in the case was announced after a long period, almost 1 year. However, the Judge Joinal Abidin of Nuakhali Women and Children, the Repression Tribunal 1, declared the verdict of the presence of the accused around 11 a.m. today. Court sources said a rape case was filed against two people on October 6, 2020 at Begumganj Police Station on charge of raping the women twice. A Dhaka court today fixed October 12 to deliver judgment of a graft case against former State Minister for Home Affairs Lutfuzzamon Babur. After the conclusion of closing argument, Judge Muhammad Shahidul Islam of the Special Judge Court 7 of the Dhaka set the date for delivering the verdict. During today's hearing, the prosecution of the told to court they were able to prove the charge against Babur and sought the highest punishment for the accused. The defense sought acquittal of their client as the prosecution failed to prove charges against him. Earlier on, the court recorded a statement of 7 prosecution witnesses, including the complainant in the case. The Anti-Corruption Commission filed the case with Ramna Model Police Station on January 13, 2008 against Babur for amassing illegal wreath or the 7.5 crore taka. A total number of 25,08,480 doses will reach Dhaka in 3 shipments, according to a press release undersigned by Maidul Islam, Information Officer at the Health Ministry. In the first shipment, an Emirates Airlines carrying the 6,25,950 doses will land at Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport at 11:20 p.m. tonight under the COVAX facilities. The second shipment, 12,56,580 doses, will reach at 12 p.m. tomorrow, while the third shipment, 6,25,950 doses, 11:20 p.m. on the same day. Officials of Health Ministry, Health Directorate, CMSD and airport authorities will present there to receive the vaccines. 6 people died due to tropical cyclone Shaheen in Iran, said officials about the storm, which also killed 3 in Oman. Authorities, however, downgraded the tropical cyclone Shaheen to a tropical storm. Its center has made landfall on Sunday night and its wind speeds were estimated at 102 to 116 kilometers per hour. Shaheen has so far killed 3 people, 2 Asian workers and a child, with 1 person remaining missing, according to a woman's state news agency. When the Shaheen's eye crossed land, it was carrying winds of between 120 to 150 kilometers per hour and throwing up waves of up to 10 meters, Oman's authorities said. Electricity has been cut off to the Strait of the Suaka as the precaution as it is witnessing torrential rains. Women has cancelled all scheduled flights in and out of the country and suspended schools. However, rescue teams continue search for missing the victims. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi was arrested in Hargaon on Monday while on her way to Uttar Pradesh Lakhipur Kheri district to the visit of families of the victims of Sunday's violence, said the party's Youth Wing National President Srinivas Bevi. Meanwhile, Hindustan Times report that the Srinivas also posted a video with the tweet urging people to come to the Shotipur police station where the Priyanka Gandhi is being held. The Congress General Secretary has said she will meet with the families of those killed in violence during the demonstration in Lakhipur Kheri, Uttar Pradesh on Sunday. The farmers were protesting 3 farm laws enacted by the central government in last year. Fumio Kishida is set to be sworn in as Japan's new prime minister today. The former top diplomat secured 257 votes to win the race for the Liberal Democratic Party leadership after a close run-off with Taro Kono, who gained popularity as the vaccine minister. The first test of the Kishida's leadership will be in November, when Japan is likely to have a general election. The LDP hardly ever loses elections, but factional support that decides the leadership frequently switch from one leader to another. Kishida and his cabinet are expected to distribute the positions among factions and maintain a balance. And in an attempt to strike a chord with younger legislators, he also pledged to reduce the term length of the LDP executives to the 3 years. While serving as foreign minister, he negotiated accords with South Korea and Russia. South Korea has planned detailed discussions with the U.S. drug maker to buy oral antiviral medication for the COVID-19 made by the mark. The medicine can be administered with as in form of the pill. Some expect it to be the game changer in the coronavirus treatment. Dr. Anthony Fauci also noted its impressive positive preliminary results which show it could lower the risk of the hospitalization or death for the infected by 50%. He also highlighted the future implementation of the drug held a lot of promise, and the FDA will review data as quickly as possible. However, the head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infection Disease stressed that the drug would absolutely not be a replacement for getting vaccinated. Over in the USA, pipeline feature for the coast of Orange County, California, on Saturday caused at least 126,000 gallons of the oil of spill into the Pacific Ocean. By Sunday, dead fish and birds had been washed ashore as clean-up the crews raised to contain the spill. It also created the 13-square-mile slick that extended from the Huntington Beach to the Newport Beach. The beaches were closed on the 3rd day of the annual Pacific Air Show, when the estimated 1.5 million people gathered on the ocean front. It was not immediately clear what caused the leak. Officials said it involved a failure in the 17.5-mile pipeline connected to the offshore oil platform called Ellie, operated by the Beta Offshore. Investigations are being carried out by the pinpoint the cause of the spill and the type of oil involved. Turning our attention to the Philippines now. President Rodrigo Duterte announced his retirement from the politics. On Saturday, he vowed to withdraw from the next election as the overwhelming sentiment of the Filipinos in his not qualified. The 76-year-old mentioned the last month that he would enter the vice presidential race in 2022 as the country's constitution only permits the president to serve a single 6-year term. But the political analyst Note, the Rodrigo Duterte's surprise move could be to clear the way for the presidential run for the daughter. Sara Duterte Caprio is the mayor of the Davao city. She filed a certificate for the re-election. U.S. scientist David Julius and Ardem Papapotian on the Monday won the Nobel Medicine Prize for the discoveries on receptors for the temperature and touch, the jury said. The groundbreaking discoveries by the year's Nobel Prize laureates have allowed people to understand how heat, cold, and the mechanical force can initiate the nerve impulses that allows, perceive, and adapt to the world, the Nobel jury added. Julius, a professor of the University of California in San Francisco, and the Papapotian, the professor of script research in the California, will share the Nobel Prize check for the 10 million Swedish kronor, 1.1 million US dollar. Before ending, we go through the Bangla City SATV News headlines again. UN General Assembly discussion will help to continue international pressure for Rohingya repatriation, said Prime Minister. A Nuakhali court sentenced 2 accused to life-term imprisonment over the case of raping a woman in Begumganj. A Dhaka court fixed October 12 to deliver verdict over the graft case against former State Minister for Home Affairs Lutfuzaman Babur. You are up to date with the Bangla City SATV News. And to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.